Good morning and welcome to Take Your Life Back Today show with me, Ralf Friedrichs. Today we're going to talk about how to turn down drinks at a party, at a social function, or at a Christmas party, or even a company picnic or barbecue. But first, as always, I want to give a shout out to my good friend, Dr. Luis Gonzalez from StartingPointMN.com. You can reach him at 844-414-8444. Dr. Luis Gonzalez has a few entities to his business. First and most important is that he can help you walk from your addiction to your recovery, hand in hand, 24 hours at a time, only worrying about today, then worry about tomorrow, but never ever think about yesterday. He nor I am counselors or therapists. We don't care about what happened yesterday. What we are concerned about is today and tomorrow. That's Dr. Luis Gonzalez can be your addiction recovery coach. Also, if you want to become what I am, what he is, an addiction recovery coach, Dr. Luis Gonzalez from Starting Point has an excellent educational program. If you have passion, professionalism, and personality, and you have some sort of addiction background, whether it's your own or maybe helping someone else battle their addiction, call him at 844-414-8444. That's StartingPointMN.com. I also want to give a shout out to Eyeglasses.com. They are focused on saving you money. Global Eyeglasses offers frames starting at $6 and go up to approximately $49. Those prices include single vision, plastic, non-coated, standard RX lenses. Now, let's say if you have progressives, you have a prescription, you want to wear invisible bifocals, they have them. Let's say if you want to go outside and you want your glasses to get dark, they have transitions, they have photochromatics. Let's say if you want to have mirror coated, look like the good old cops from the old days with the aviator shapes, they have them. They have so many different styles that even Elton John would be amazed. Excuse me one second, let me just turn this down, it's a little loud. That's globaleyeglasses.com. They also have line bifocals. They have polarized lenses, so when you go out fishing or go snowboarding, you'll see the lights and the terrain so much better. They have it all at globaleyeglasses.com, where they are focused on saving you money. And folks, I am so familiar with this company that if you text me at 631-599-0218 or call my hotline at 844-405-HELP, tell me that you saw the commercial for globaleyeglasses.com on my video. Ask me any question you might have about eyeglasses, because let's keep in mind, I am a board-certified optician besides being an addiction recovery coach. Yes, I am like a two-sided coin. So call me at 844-405-HELP or text me 631-599-0218. Ask me any questions about Dr. Luis Gonzalez and his business at Starting Point, and ask me about Global Eyeglasses. Now, I have my own websites that I want to just bring up real quick. My new website that's been around only maybe 6 months now is about this show, Take Your Life Back Today show. You can find that at takeyourlifebacktodayShow.com. You can email me there at Ralf at takeyourlifebacktodayShow.com. That's Ralf, R-A-L-F, at takeyourlifebacktodayShow.com. You can also go and get the 411, the information on all addiction and recovery information that I have available at clearviews.info. That's CLEARVIEWS.info. Tons and tons of articles, megatons of videos. You can also go to clearreform.com, which is about my addiction recovery business. That's CLEARREFORM.com. Those are all the websites you can find any information that you need about addiction recovery. So reach out to me, look me up. You could search, Google search me. It's Take Your Life Back Today show with Ralf Friedrichs. Just so everybody knows, I have now completed 325 segments, episodes, videos on my YouTube channel. You can find me on YouTube at Take Your Life Back Today show with Ralf Friedrichs. Now let's get right into this. 9 ways to turn down a drink. One of the hardest things about going through recovery, folks, is the fact that you run into parties, you run into situations where people are going to try to push you to drink. And they don't do it purposely, they just want to feel sociable. Remember the days you were drinking and you could not wait to see other people drunk, because then you felt you were not out of place, you were blending in. These are 9 ways to turn down the drink. At one point or another, you've probably been offered a drink at a party. If you're not really into drinking anymore, or have been, this has potential bit of an awkward situation for you. Well, you can always just accept the offer to do nothing but hold the drink in your hand all night, pretending to go along with the whole drinking thing that can be annoying after a while. So why pretend? Even though it might seem like everyone is doing it, so why not? Why shouldn't I do it? Not every single person needs to drink alcohol, especially if you're like me. If you have an alcohol problem and one drink is never ever good enough that you need to resort to 15 shots of vodka a day, then it's time for you to stop drinking. You're not alone in your refusal to drink, because there are thousands, millions of people. I wish the whole world would stop drinking. It's totally normal, and there's no reason you should feel weird about explaining to people that drinking is not your thing. However, if you're still unsure on how to answer the good old question, do you want to drink? How do you answer that? Or if your peers are convinced they can change your habits, here are some serious but sarcastic ways to respond to a question that Ralph, the clever Ralph, came up with. Question number 1, or number 1 way to turn this down. I had to think about that. If somebody wants to know if you want to drink, here's the first thing you could say is, I can't tonight. I have to be up early for work. And you know, my job is very important. Probably one of the most common excuses used at parties today, saying that you have an early start the next day, is a great way to refuse a drink. Whether you really do or not is immaterial to anyone, especially to you. And it is only considered a little white lie, so everyone can relate to the dread of having to be up and alert on time, and would rather be sleeping. But having a drink would prevent you from having a fresh early rise. So this is number 1 way to turn down a drink. Number 2 way, when offered a beer, just say, no thanks. I'm more of a soda drinker. And you know what? That is so true. I am speaking for myself. No matter what somebody might offer me to drink, I will always revert to my diet Pepsi. Yes, not the healthiest thing either, but still better than the old Ralph of drinking 10 to 15 shots of vodka a day. Number 3, somebody wants to offer you a drink, say, nah, I already had rum and coke, thanks. Meanwhile, you and point to your cup that's filled with just diet Pepsi. They will never know that you don't have the rum part in there. I call that, instead of a cocktail, a mocktail. The Decoy Cup is a classic move to avoid drinking at a party. If someone sees that you already have a drink, the chances of you being offered another one is very unlikely, unless you're a female, and you know how us men get, single men, I mean, not me, because I've been married for a very long time, but the single men, you could be standing there as a female with 20 drinks in your hand. You're always going to get that one guy that's going to say, can I offer you a drink? Number 4, way to turn down. I really want to lose some weight. And there is nothing wrong with saying that, because alcohol adds pounds, no matter which way you look at it. Listen, folks, I'd rather drink just regular Pepsi. It has more sugar, tastes better. However, those pounds. Channel your inner thoughts and simply explain your goal to lose maybe 3 to 6 pounds. It's not a secret that drinking does not help at all in the way of losing weight, so it'll seem pretty normal by you turning down a drink by saying, I want to lose a few pounds. Number 5, I am the designated driver. That's why I can't have a drink. People always respect the designated driver excuse. Who in his or her right mind is going to try to get the designated driver to drink? That would involve consciously putting your peers in serious danger and putting random people on the roads, lives at risk as well. Pulling the designated driver card out of your front pocket is always the safe bet when you want people to lay off on trying to get you to be like them and drink. Number 6, I'm on a cleanse right now. If it's not hot water with maple syrup, lemon, and cayenne pepper in it, I can't drink it. I am on a health kick, folks. If you always wanted to be really cool, now is your chance. You might get some weird looks from those people who think pizza is in its own food group, but most people should understand how cleansing works and that one slip up can ruin the entire objective of cleaning your insides out. If you really want to sell your new lifestyle to people, mention a delicious kale salad you had for lunch or the amazing new yoga place that you went to downtown yesterday while they were at the bar drinking. Number 7 way. I'm on a serious antibiotics right now, so my doctor said I'm not allowed to drink. Of course, there are only a certain number of times you can use this excuse before people think that you have some crazy illness going on, and the rumor mills will start about that. But for the short term, the excuse is bulletproof. Much like the designated driver excuse, mentioning a doctor or medication of any kind usually is a red flag in people's mind and not push you any further for drinking. If you really want to keep up this charade, carry around some tissues and sanitize your hands every 10 minutes, and people will think that you really have some issue going on. Number 8, I went too hard last night drinking, and I really need to lay low tonight. This is only really applies to someone that's still drinking that's maybe thinking about stopping. And one way to stop is by stopping maybe every other night to begin with. Most who drink have experienced a hangover one time or another, way too many times for me in my past. Those who fall under the category know how unpleasant a hangover can be and will have sympathy for your not feeling up to drinking again, that you want to literally take a break. Some might say that the best way to cure a hangover is more alcohol, and I will tell you folks, back in my drinking days, when I would wake up first thing in the morning, whether it being 2, 3, 5 in the morning, and I had that inner feeling of, ugh, I would take a shot of vodka. I think how that works is that the alcohol going into your blood system kind of elevates the nausea. But do I recommend it? Absolutely not. The best cure for hunger is more alcohol, but we can promise you it is not the answer. No matter how many times someone tries to pull that one on you, lay low tonight. Folks, if you're in the midst of on that seesaw and you don't know, do you want to quit? Do you want to keep drinking? Do this. Maybe every other night, drink a little bit, and then slowly wean your way off, and eventually you will be able to take your life back. Last but not least, excuse you can give is I'm playing a good role model tonight and have to make sure that all my friends get home safe. I know that is similar to the designated driver, but this is a good role model within the establishment that you might be in. Although this is a solid excuse, you should actually do this. If you're not drinking and all your friends are, you can go and say, I need to do this for the night. If they need some water, I want to be there. If they need some food, I want to be there. If they need to be walked home, or maybe need to have a cab called, or if somebody has to retrieve their car keys, I want to be that person to do it. Playing sober sitter doesn't mean that you can't party with your friends. You'll just act as your friends, rock and non-judgmental, and help the other ones for the night. But you can still party by drinking that Coke that I spoke about, the mocktail with no alcohol in it. Have that seltzer with a little lemon in it. Be the responsible person. Be the alcohol sitter. Believe it or not, people don't really care how much you drink. They really don't. People that are getting drunk just want you to blend in with them. They want you to actually just be drunk with them, because then anything they say, they will laugh just like you will. The movies make it seem, though, college kids, young adults, their number one priority in life is drinking. Might be so. Was so in my college days. However, I am here now as a wiser person to educate my younger audience, to let you know that drinking isn't a thing that has to be done to be cool. However, from a lot of college experience myself, people are pretty understanding when they don't drink. In other words, there were a lot of people in my inner circle in college that didn't drink, and I totally understood them. I really didn't care, to be honest with you. I cared more what I was drinking. I cared more for my drunkenness. I didn't care for the hangovers. I recommend acting relaxed about the whole situation. If you're just relaxed about it, you'll be fine at any setting. There are some people who never even know or knew that you didn't want to drink, or that you had no alcohol, because they are totally wasted themselves. Everyone knows at least one person who doesn't drink, so they'll know where you're coming from, and you'll still have a good time going out and drinking. And these are the 9 ways to turn down a drink in a politically correct world, and a way where you're not going to have fingers pointed at you. Let's do a recap. 9 ways to turn down a drink. At one point or another, you're probably being offered a drink at a party. If you are really into drinking, this has potential to be a bit of an awkward situation. While you can always just accept the offer and do nothing but hold the drink in your hand, I should have said if you're not really into drinking. I said if you're into drinking. If you're not really, it could be offered. Just hold the drink in your hand. Don't sip from it. Me personally, I'll be honest with you, I would not hold any alcohol in my hand, ever. I won't even hold it for somebody at my house. The temptation is just too strong. Yes, I've been sober going on 600 days now, almost 2 years. Does not mean that the cravings, it does not mean that the temptation is still there. What it does mean is that I've learned to live with it. Number 1 way to turn down the drink is, I can't tonight. I have to be up early for work. I have a doctor's appointment in the morning. Say that and people will understand it. Number 2, when somebody offers you a beer, say, no thanks, I'm more of a soda drinker, which I am. Number 3, I've already had rum and coke, thanks. And then point to your cup that's secretly, only you know, that it's filled with just coke, no rum. Number 4, I really want to lose a few pounds. People will understand, especially if you understand alcohol, the amount of calories in there, that if you're looking to lose a few pounds, use as an excuse. It is a little white lie, but who cares? Number 5, I am the designated driver. I can't drink. I have to make sure that you get home safe. Number 6, I'm on a cleansing mission right now to clean my body. If it's not hot water, maple syrup, lemon, cayenne pepper, I won't drink it. Number 7, I'm on some serious antibiotics right now. My doctor said I am not allowed to drink. And if that isn't good enough for somebody, walk around with tissues coming out of your pockets and sanitize your hands every 10 minutes. They will really think that you have some sort of issue going on. Number 8, I'm too hard. I went too hard last time drinking, so I'm going to lay low tonight. This is really directed for you folks that haven't completely hit rock bottom, that still feel that you need to drink every once in a while. Maybe what you should do at a 7-day a week is wean yourself down to drinking 4 days, then wean yourself down to drinking 3, and eventually you, yes, right, you will be able to take your life back. Number 9, and last but not least, I'm playing a good role model tonight, and I want to make sure that all my friends, including you, get home safe tonight. This is a solid excuse. It is similar to designated driver. The only difference is that this particular role model person wants to make sure that if you have to go to the bathroom to throw up, that you're going to be there to help. If they need tissues, you're going to be there to help. If you feel that they shouldn't be driving, you're the person that's going to take their car keys away. Be the role model. Role model has many different roles, hypothetically speaking. You can be a role model in a bar sense. You can be a role model at home. You can be a role model as a parent, a husband, a wife. Believe it or not, people don't really care how much you drink. All they do care about is for you to blend in with them. So when they make jokes and they think it's so funny because they're drunk, they feel if you're drunk too, you will laugh. From all my experiences from drinking in college days, people really didn't care how much I drank. People just cared that I was drunk. You should care about what goes into your body, which brings me to this point. Let me finish this. 9 ways to turn down your drink. Those are the 9 ways. But what goes into your body is very important. And I always use this as an example. Your body is like a ship, a vessel. Your mind is like the captain of your ship, the vessel. So your mind, you're the captain of your body. What captain will take their vessel, your ship, out into the rough oceans without navigation? What captain would do that? A suicidal captain. Where can you turn for the proper navigation for your daily life, weekly life, yearly life, for your life? Who would you turn to? I'm telling you, as I sit before this camera, who you should turn to for your navigation. You, the captain, in charge of your vessel, your body, need to turn to the Lord Jesus Christ for navigation. Navigation means guidance and direction, and who better than God to guide and direct you? Who better than Him? No one. Most people, when they turn to alcohol, when they turn to drugs, run into a situation where they are uncontrollably ruining their life. Now, if you, as the captain of your vessel, your body, was so much in control of guiding and directing, why is it that you're turning to alcohol? Why is it that you're doing drugs excessively? Or at all, I should say. Because you don't have the proper guidance and direction. You don't have the proper navigation. Only Jesus Christ, God, can navigate your body, your vessel. Remember, it is the Lord that created you. It is the Lord that will take you one day, only He knows when. It is you to decide. Is today, January 17, 2015, your time to take your life back before it's too late? Before it's too late. Most of us have the mentality to say, I will change tomorrow. Don't let it be that saying. And the reason I bring that up is because, and I'm not going to mention names, but a friend of mine on Facebook, early this morning, I wake up and I happen to look at my messages and I get a private message. And this friend brought out a concern. This friend said, I had a really bad day yesterday. I had someone in my family committed suicide. Ralph, how do I deal with this? And folks, to wake up to a message like that is very heartbreaking to me. Of course, I couldn't go to sleep, but I had to get up early anyway. My wife, she had to go and take somebody to the doctor at 4:30 this morning. But how do I answer that? There really isn't a set answer for that. I can only dig deep into my own heart. First of all, give my condolences. But secondly, and most importantly, is that anyone that you know that commits suicide, they had their reasons. It is not for us to understand what those reasons are. A lot of people commit suicide when they're terminally ill. The reason they do it is to prevent you from hurting, to watch them dying. It could have been because of financial reasons that people commit suicide. It could be because of drug and alcohol abuse that people commit suicide. But it isn't for us to understand why. Here is what is important. And this is my recommendation to my friend, and I did recommend this to my friend, is to remember whoever the person was that committed suicide, whether it is in my friend's life or in your life that you might have known a person, is to remember the person's joy, happiness, gratitude towards you, all the good times you had with this person. To remember that most importantly. And keep that memory in your mind so fresh that the suicide becomes secondary, although it will never replace all the good memories. Because the biggest problem with suicide that people are having in life is the unknown. Why? Especially when the person doesn't leave a note and they just take their own life. You start blaming yourself. Did I say or do something? Did I maybe not do enough? Remember, when you have someone in your life that did commit suicide, remember all the good times, the good memories, and pray to God that this loved one, this friend, this relative is in a better place. One of my things I wrote to my friend early this morning was, this person is in a better place. And I say that with sincerity, and I say that with confidence, knowing that no matter when my time comes to leave this earth, I will be in a better place. Because this earth is a temporary bus stop, you could say, I guess. It's temporary for us. It is the eternal life after we leave this earth that's most important. It is very, very important what you do on this earth. It is so important how you run your life, how you treat others, how you teach your children to be. Those are all important factors. But remember this, it is the afterlife that's most important, because one day we will all stand before God, and you have to make sure that your life is the best life that you could have led. There are some people who are going to say, well, I have done the best. But I'm telling you right now, no matter how good and how much I do, I am never, ever, or I never have the feeling that it was enough. Always set the bar of your expectations higher, but don't set them so high that you revert to suicide. Set them at a pace and at a level that you know you can reach. And to my friend that emailed or messaged me on Facebook, my heart goes out to you and your family. And what I wrote to you is so important that you read it word for word. And I truly mean everything I wrote in there. Remember the good times. And know this, your loved one is in a better place. 9 ways to turn down a drink. Very emotional. Very tough way to wake up in the first thing in the morning at, I forget what time it was, 2 o'clock, but it's irreversible. Death. Irreversible. But anyway, folks, I hope this segment, the 9 ways to turn down a drink, has helped you. And I hope to pray that each and every one of you folks reaches out to God for guidance and direction. And I hope and pray that as you sit in front of this show, whether it's in jail, homeless shelter, nursing home, library, no matter where you're looking at me, I hope and pray that you don't use the excuse, I will change tomorrow. Because as my friend just found out, for some people there is no tomorrow. You are not guaranteed a tomorrow. I am not guaranteed another show. What I am guaranteed is right now. As I sit here, I am guaranteed to say this word, not guaranteed the next word. So please take into your conscience knowing that we are only temporary on this earth. And you need to make every effort to make every minute count most. As you sit here and watch me right now, and breathing, and blinking your eyes, there is someone in your community, in your state, or globally, closing their eyes for the last time, taking their last breath on earth. Did those people say, I'll change tomorrow? And if they did, now it's too late. My message to you is, if you're going to change, change today. Start a new chapter in your book of life today, January 17th, 2015. Tomorrow is not guaranteed for all of us. I hope to God that you got something out of this segment, and I hope to God that you let the sunshine into your heart and your home to get all the positive things that can happen to you. And I hope that you know that a sober today, I guarantee you, will make a better tomorrow. Folks, please have a great day. More importantly, have a sober day, and God bless each and every one of you. Bye-bye.